Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this MinMax Sudoku by Jan Vondruška from the latest Czech Sudoku Championship. It was featured in round 5, which was made essentially of mathematical variants. And this is a variant I don't think I've ever featured on the channel, or maybe some variation on this variation. The rule is quite simple. Whenever you have a clue in the margin, it means that this number is the sum of the highest and the lowest digits among the first three digits. So, for example, in this case, 4 will have to be 1 plus 3, which means that the third digit is between them, which is a 2. So in this case, it will have to be this. That's an example. And as usual with this series of video, I will put in the description a link so that you can solve the puzzle online. So the same is happening here. And here we can see that none of those clues will be 1 plus something. So 11 won't be 1 plus 10. So only this column can contain the 1 here. So there will have to be a 5 as the highest digit, which means that the other digit will be a 4. By the same logic, 4 won't work here because it would mean that the highest digit is at least 10, so this will have to be 5. So the highest digit here will be 9, and the highest digit here will be 8 to fulfill those clues. So the other digit is from 6 and 7. And here the other digit is also from 6 and 7. Now looking at this 8 can now only be 2 plus 6 with 3 as the middle digit. That's interesting because now 5 can't be 2 plus 3, it can only be 1 and 4. And 1 can't be inside this column for the same reason as before. So this is 1, this is 4. 4 will require the 9 to be somewhere in here. This can't be 6 anymore. 1 plus 8. So we see that 9 had to be here, 8 had to be there. And the missing digit will be a 5 or a 7. So 5, 7, 8 here, 5, 7, 9 there. And the interesting point is what? One of them here will be 6. But 6 can't be on this row. If I try to put 6 here, I can't have the smallest and the biggest sum to 11. So 6 will have to be here. It can be sandwiched between 5 and 9. Or it could be 6, 7, and 8. With 5, 9, and 2. There are still several possibilities, I think, for this area. Let's have a look at this 8. It won't be 1 plus 7. It won't be 3 plus 5 because 4 would have to be sandwiched between them. So it will have to be 2 and 6 somewhere. So that this is 3 after all. So that's a 2, and 2 will come with the 9 to fulfill this 11 clue. And now this 14 clue can only be 6 plus 8 with 7 in between. So now the middle digit has to be a 5, so G 5, 6. Because of this 5 clue, this has to be a 2. Sandwich between 1 and 4. 1 won't work with 12, so that's a 1, that's a 4. There has to be a 9 here. But 9 won't work in the 10 column because it would have to come with a 1, so that's the 9. Those must be from 3, 7, 8. This is 3 just by the rules of Sudoku. This 3 comes with a 7 to fulfill this 10 clue, so this is 8. And this 15 clue needs the 6 to work with the 9. 1 and 2 here, so that is a 3. What next? 1. Only, well, this one of those 2 rows contains the 1, and 1 comes with the 9, but 9 is not here, so 1 and 9 are here. 1 is not here, 9 is not there, but 1 in this column would come with the 7, that doesn't work, so 1 is here with the 5, which can only be here, and so this is 2, this is 1. And this 9 here wouldn't work with this 8 clue, so that's the 9, and it must come with a 7 somewhere. This must be between 1 and 5, so this is 3 or 4. This 8 now can only be 2 and 6, with the other 3 or 4. So that those are 7 and 8, which I could have found from the beginning. So this 16 can only be with 8 sandwiched between 7 and 9. Those are 5 and 6. Actually, this 3 here tells us that that's the 3. That's not 4. That's not 2 by Sudoku. So now the only way to fulfill this 11 clue is to have 4 and 7. This is 8. Now this 10 will have to be 8 plus 2. This 6 disambiguates that. This 11 is 2 plus 9. This 11 is 3 plus 8. That works. This could probably have been found earlier. Here I need 4 and 7, here I need 8 and 9, but now this 15 can only be 9 plus 6, with 7 in between, so this is 8, 4 and 5, this works for the 12th clue. So 1 is somewhere here in this area. 1 here would require to come with a 9 to satisfy this, but 9 is not available, so 1 is here with a 7, and somewhere in between, which has to be from 3 and 6. Now 9 has to be somewhere here with a 5, 9 has to be here, 5, and somewhere in between, which at this point can only be a 6. So that's a 3. And Sudoku tells us that this is 8, this is 4, this is 2, and 10 is satisfied. Alright, how do we finish this? From those, only 8 can come with the 1, so that's 1 accompanied with a 7. And something in between. Those are 8 and 9. Interestingly, I don't know what I was about to say. So this 13 could be 9 plus 4 or 8 plus 5, but 5 is it good? Just pondering. Those are 6 and 3. 3 can't be on the 13th clue. 3 has to be with 8, with 11, so that the highest digit will be 8. 2 can only be between 1 and 7. 4 can only be between 3 and 8, and 7. No, that's not 7. This is, what did I say? 4 has to be here actually. And this is 5. Yes, 4 has to come with the 9 to satisfy this 13 too. And now, where is 1 in here? Not with 13, obviously. So it has to come here with an 8, but 8 is not here. So 1 and 8 are in here, 1, 8 here, 1 there. And somewhere in between, 2, 3, 5, whatever. Now 9 has to be in this column coming with a 4. So that's 9 here, 4 there. 6 here because of Sudoku. 7 here because of Sudoku, and 2 to satisfy this 9 clue. Those are 5 and 3. But 5, only 5 satisfies this 13 clue, and that's the 3. And now the rest should be Sudoku, so 4, 7, 8, it means 8 here, 4 there, 7 there. 1, 3, 5, so this is 5, 3, and 1. And finally 2, 6, and 9. And this is it. So it took quite some time to solve this puzzle. And I'd say I had to give quite a number of explanations. But this was less difficult than the little killer and the killer that came before. And I think my solving time was somewhere between 9 and 10 minutes, which means that there really had to be some work to do. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon on SudoKanard.